Hi, my name is Mike Mahan with SMA America's Solar Academy. In the tech tip today, we're going to show you how simple it is to wire up an SMA Multigate XT2S. The SMA Multigate XT2 is an enclosure that SMA sells containing two SMA multigates. This is a component of our microinverter system, and a multigate is the communications hub and grid interface manager for a string of up to 12 Sunny 240 microinverters. While we're going to show the wiring of an XT2 today, what we show is directly applicable to the XT3 and XT4 enclosures that SMA also sells, containing 3 or 4 multigates. The Multigate XT ships with the dead front shown here. To wire up the system, we'll need to remove that, which is very easy, simply taking off these 4 screws, so we'll do that now. With the dead front cover removed, we can see the components of the Multigate XT2. The 2 multigates, their individual overcurrent protection, the 5-port network switch that consolidates the wired communications output from each multigate, and the power supply and breaker for that network switch. We see down here the terminals that the installer will bring the branch circuits into and the AC out to the main PV breaker. This is the only area that the installer needs to bring wires to. All of the wiring above that bar is installed at the factory. Let's look at the input wiring for the Multigate XT2 first. Each branch circuit of microinverters has an AC daisy chain coming off of the roof that consists of line 1, line 2, and ground conductors. The first daisy chain would land here on the line 1, line 2, and ground conductors, and the second branch circuit would land line 1, line 2, and ground on the second set of terminals. For an XT3 or XT4, there would be an additional or 2 more sets of those 3 terminals. Now, the corresponding multigate associated with this set of terminals is right here, and that is represented on a label on the door of the XT2. These 3 correspond to this multigate. Again, that mapping is shown on the label on the door of the XT2. The Multigate XT enclosure will have knockouts for each branch circuit that is to enter the enclosure. So for our Multigate XT2, we'll have 2 input knockouts for the 2 branch circuits that are coming into the 2 multigates. For the AC output of the Multigate XT enclosure, an installer only needs to wire line 1, line 2, neutral, and ground from these terminals to the overcurrent protection device in the main service entrance. For an XT2 enclosure, that would be a 30 amp 2-pole breaker. Looking at the terminals here, you can see that there are multiple terminals for ground as well as line 1 and line 2. But only a single conductor for line 1, line 2, neutral, and ground needs to be landed and brought to the main service entrance. This terminal block is represented graphically on the door label as well and shows an installer can choose any one of these 3 positions for line 1, either of the 2 for line 2, a single for neutral, so that's the correct position, and any of these 3 positions for ground. There's a single knockout for the AC output of the Multigate XT2, as there will be a single knockout for the XT3 and 4, as there are only 4 conductors exiting those boxes. The last remaining item for wiring up the XT2 is the network communications cable. It is on the output port of the 5-port switch and is wired out through its own knockout. That's all there is to wiring a Multigate XT2 enclosure. So let's wire it up now to show you what the finished product would look like. So here we have the fully wired Multigate XT2. We have the conductors from the first branch circuit coming off of the roof, the second branch circuit, the 4 AC conductors out to the main overcurrent protection for the system, and the communications wire coming off of the 5-port Ethernet switch. If you need a reference for where any of these wires go, again, there is a label on the front door of the Multigate XT2. When we have all these wires tightened down and connected, we're ready to commission the system. Once you've energized the system and connected the 5-port Ethernet switch to the customer's router, you're ready to register the system on the Sunny portal. The codes you'll need to register the multigates with the portal are also printed on the label on the inside door of the XT enclosure. That's all there is to wiring up a Sunny Multigate XT enclosure. If you'd like to learn more about this product, please visit our website at sma-america.com, and on the products page you can learn more about the Sunny Multigate XT enclosure, the Sunny Multigate, or the Sunny 240 US microinverter system. I'm Mike Mahan from SMA America's Solar Academy. Thanks for joining us.